Hi, I'm Willow. I'm really glad that you're here. I've got some information that I wrote down this time. So the information we'll be speaking about is emergency prepping. So emergency prep. I live in an earthquake zone. And I used to live in a tornado zone. I can talk about all kinds of things that we've had to do in the past. You know, having had kids, we've had 4 children together, and like between 2 of us anyway. First marriage, you know, my daughter. Anyway, some things that you may want to put together in a kit. Make sure you've got plenty of. First, water. Everybody's going to think of water. That's a good thing to do. The second thing is dry protein shakes or protein bars. You want to have chocolate bars. Why? Because if you're hungry, non-perishable, just might get you through a crash. It'll pick you up and make you feel better. But plenty of water, your protein shakes, that'll feed you a little bit. You can also get some, what are those called now? You have to check the expiration date. They're meal replacements, and they're actually a really good idea in an emergency food kit. Books on cookbooks. So, okay, you might think, why? I don't cook, I don't like to cook. Well, okay, so if my hydro goes out, how am I going to make dinner? Am I going to go, Paul, can you get a burger on the way home? No. What I'm going to do is light up the barbecue, get my cast iron pots from the main level downstairs, bring them up, make sure they're clean, and prepare dinner like I normally would and cook it on the barbecue. If I had a fire going on, I just might put those embers underneath my pots, put my pot on top of the embers. 1 minute, please. Yeah, sorry about that. I would definitely cook my food on top of the barbecue or on top of the embers. And there's multiple ways of doing that. You can do it outside and have a little thing built and a little rack with, wood underneath, and wait till it burns down and cook on top of the embers and put some of the embers on top of your pot. It's very, very elementary and really easy to do. It's not hard. You can do that on your barbecue though, like I said. Extra things to have: women's protection. You want to make sure that you have, ladies, maxi pads, tampons, whatever, but maxi pads for another reason as well, and they should be in your medical kit. Are they in mine? No, but they will be. Bandages are a really good idea. Iodine, extra toothbrushes and toothpaste. Your first aid kit, you want to make sure that's ready and you've got it going on. It's all prepared. Check labels, dates, and everything else, and take that with you. Also, be prepared to look around for wind-up radios and wind-up clocks. The radios, you can get them on Amazon, and they're probably, I think they're about $30, if I'm correct. I don't know. We bought 3. I use mine, and I charge it. It's got multiple different ways of charging. It can manually charge into the wall. It can charge into my phone plug. But if I didn't have that going on, I can just it's like a hand crank thing. And your clock, you need 1 clock in the house at least that doesn't run on batteries. It just runs on being wound up. It's just very helpful. Things that you may not think of. You'll think of matches. I know everybody out there, matches and lighters and candles. We need pencils, paper, extra, if you have hydro, I guess you don't need extra light bulbs, but it's a good idea to have extra light bulbs. If you're into LED, buy a bunch of LED. Go to bulk stores. Get these things in bulk. If you're going to have matches, by the way, you'll want to put them into a seal type container or a Ziploc bag, because the tip of them, if they, like I live in right next to the ocean, it's a street over. The thing is with that, our salt gets moist, so do our matches. So putting them in a Ziploc container or a Ziploc bag really helps, because it keeps them dry. So you'll want to think about that. But pencils and paper, the reason why I say that is hypothetically, you've got to send a note to somebody, you've got to write down things that you need to go and pick up under the, the idea that you're able to travel somewhere and get something. So you have to scribble down on a piece of paper what you need to get. And the dollar store carries a lot of really great stuff that you can pick up, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's not going to break the bank, but I'm telling you, emergency preparations are definitely something you want to get into. And yeah, I've mentioned in another video, Sia is over at the Vagabond Witch in the Woods and has a video up on things. It's a container that she's using, and it's all the things that she needs when she's not well and she doesn't want to go far, because she got really sick once and it was really bad, and she used this container. And I just suggest to yourselves that think about when you get sick and what do you reach for. And if you can't get out of your bed, or you can't get off the couch, the chair, whatever, what can you make this really fast? Like, what's going to make you feel better? Is it going to be chicken noodle soup? So you need a can opener, you need some way to warm it, and have that, some soda crackers. If you want salt on them, that's your choice, or unsalted, whatever. But when you're not well, I'm going to tell you, just a little bit of salt just make you feel better. It's a good thing if you're not feeling well, just a little bit of salt. You might think of your herbal teas and put them into a plastic container or seal-tight container. Your herbal teas, like things like when I don't feel well, I take right away. I'm on my green juice and apple cider vinegar every day. But what I will have is slippery elm tea. I will take blueberry pills and blueberry tea. Makes me feel good, and that's what works for me. That may be not your thing, but you could put, whatever kind of teas work for you. If there's a special kind of tea that you really like that makes you feel good, maybe it's valerian root tea, or maybe it's chamomile tea. Maybe that's the kind of tea that makes you feel warm and cuddly. And maybe a hot water bottle, right? A hot water bottle can get you cozied up and get you feeling better again, and kind of get you back into having a sleep, and maybe resting your body, resting your bones, and just doing something really good for yourself. So that brings me to mind a very warm blanket. I encourage people, honestly, to try it. I was never open to having a heating blanket until I had hypothermia in the middle of summer. And you're probably like, yeah, not possible. It's possible. Yeah, my body temperature dropped 34, and the doctor was concerned, and it had to do with my B12. So get your blood checked. Make sure keep up on your doctor's appointments, and make sure you have your blood done once a year. If you've been sick before with cancer or anything like that, long-term illness, Lyme disease, anything like that, do what works for you and omit everything I have said, because I don't know anything. I don't have a lick of information on Lyme disease or any of those other diseases other than cancer. But I just want to encourage you, to take care of yourself, and, light yourself a candle, and do something for yourself, and whatever, at all possible, say a prayer for yourself. I know that you pray for other people, but have you thought about, one for you? To say, give me strength to get through what I'm going through. Thank you, God, because He's always going to be there for you. And that should have been the first and foremost at my list. And I'm very sorry, Lord, that it wasn't. Please forgive me. I don't have all the answers. I just have a few. But I really try to be prepared. I really try to stay on it, and again, I don't do everything right, but I'm learning, just like the rest of you. I'm learning. I'm going to be 61 in December, and I'm learning. But you take care of yourselves, and yeah, I don't want to close, but I know that I have to. But you take care of yourselves, okay? Do what's good for you, and take care. God bless.